right here right now. It's not lit up right now, but as you can see, it's on the side of the road on Highway 62, Rockford, California.
¿Será que aún andaba dormido?
Vine a dejar material en esta casa.
But I've been outside for like 15 minutes.
A Reddit user known as OG Cheddar Goblin shared a chilling image sent to him by a friend, captured by the friend's uncle's trail camera. At first glance, the photo looks normal. A deer stands frozen in the frame, but then you notice what's right behind it. A tall, human-shaped figure looms only inches away. It could be someone wearing a hoodie, but that's where the unease sets in. Deer are extremely alert animals. They don't let anything, especially a human, stand that close without bolting. Even more unsettling, the deer appeared in multiple photos from the same camera, clearly real and consistent. The figure, however, showed up only once. So what was it? A person who vanished without a trace? A trick of timing and shadows? Or something else entirely that the deer somehow didn't sense, or didn't fear? That single unanswered moment is what makes the image so disturbing. A group of friends was camping deep in the woods late one night when an eerie sound echoed through the trees. One of them laughed it off and mimicked the noise as a joke. They listened.
Wait, do it again.
Yeah.
Watch, it won't. Do it again.
Yeah.
The same sound answered back, this time from deeper in the forest. They tried it once more. That's when they noticed it.
Do it again.
Yeah.
Bug, you might be right.
That is not a fucking owl.
That's not an owl.
Do it one more time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A faint shape stood motionless to the right, partially hidden between the trees. The darkness and distance made it impossible to tell what it was, or if it was even human. Uneasy and unsettled, they packed up and left. So what do you think? Just an animal? Or something else entirely? Late one night, a woman was walking alone along a forest trail when she noticed something deeply unsettling ahead of her. Standing in the distance were 4 figures, all dressed head to toe in white, each wearing what looked like a mask. Frozen with fear and unsure of what she was seeing, she quickly snapped a photo and hurried out of the area. The footage was later uploaded, confirming that she made it out safely. But the identity of those eerie figures and what they were doing in the forest that night remains a mystery. Reddit user Jaxifried shared a chilling photo taken during a trip to Gettysburg in November, a place he and his wife knew well. They had visited the area several times before and had even gone ghost hunting earlier in June, using basic investigation equipment. During this particular visit, they returned to a historic bridge rumoured to be connected to the hanging of 2 Confederate soldiers. At the time, everything felt normal. They snapped a few photos, sensed nothing out of the ordinary, and walked back to their car. It wasn't until they were seated inside the car, scrolling through the images, that something unsettling caught their attention. An unexplained figure appeared in one of the photos, something neither of them had seen with their own eyes while standing there. Jaxie's wife had been right beside him, looking in the same direction, yet neither noticed anything unusual in real time. To this day, they say they have no logical explanation for what showed up in the image. What was meant to be a quiet visit to a familiar location may have resulted in what they believe is one of their most compelling pieces of paranormal evidence. A group of friends were out on a peaceful hike with their dogs and decided to snap a quick casual selfie. At first glance, the photo looked completely ordinary, nothing out of place. But later, when they looked closer, something unsettling caught their attention. In the background, a hand appears to be resting on one person's shoulder. The problem? According to the group, there was no one else on the trail that day, only the 4 of them. No stranger, no passerby, no explanation. Even more disturbing, there's a faint white shape between the man in front and the person behind him, almost as if someone is partially hidden in the frame, deliberately positioning themselves to create the illusion of something unnatural. Is it just a trick of lighting and angles? Or did the camera capture something that wasn't supposed to be there? Late one night, a man was riding across a bridge infamous among locals for eerie encounters. As always, his helmet camera was rolling. The road ahead was empty, no traffic, no sound, just darkness stretching across the bridge. Then, without warning, an old motorcycle tore past him at terrifying speed.
Detik-detik penampakan motor siluman di jembatan angker. Saat kamera merekam perjalanan malam yang sepi, tiba-tiba sebuah motor tua melintas tanpa pengendara. Lampunya menyala terang, melaju sendiri di tengah gelapnya jembatan. Warga sekitar menyebutnya motor siluman.
Instinctively, he turned to look back. There was no rider. The headlight had been unmistakably bright as it approached, yet seconds after passing him, the motorcycle vanished, swallowed by the darkness, leaving no sound, no trace, nothing. According to locals, this wasn't the first time. People from nearby areas claim they've seen it too. A mysterious motorcycle that appears only after nightfall, speeding across the bridge before disappearing as if it was never there at all. So the question remains, was it just an illusion, or something far more unsettling? While driving along a remote stretch of highway near Joshua Tree, California, a passerby spotted something that didn't belong. A strange sculpture standing alone in the desert. Curious, they pulled over to investigate.
Alright, everybody thinks it's AI, this ain't it. I'm right here right now. It's not lit up right now, but as you can see, it's off the side of the road on Highway 62, Joshua Tree, California. It's actually, the highway's over here, as you can see. Statue is out here in the desert.
There were no signs, no permits, no explanation. Just the structure, isolated against the endless sand as if it had appeared overnight.
Other people showing up. Let's go take a walk around the backside of it. You guys can see what it looks like. Pretty creepy.
A video of the discovery was posted online, and the internet quickly took notice. Some viewers claimed the sculpture looked unsettling, almost demonic. Others dismissed it as experimental modern art. Many suspected it was an elaborate marketing stunt, possibly teasing a new video game or film. But despite the growing attention and countless theories, one question remained unanswered. Who put it there, and why? Rosa was outside with her family in Mexico when, late into the night, something strange appeared in the sky. Out of nowhere, a massive, dense cloud rolled in and swallowed the entire night sky. But this wasn't like any cloud they had ever seen. It moved too fast, arriving suddenly, filling the sky, then disappearing just as quickly.
Boludo, es una...
Mirá, aquí está.
Es una capa. Yo cuando dije, uy, parece...
Mirá, mirá, avanza rapidísimo. What the fuck, chicos.
Se está haciendo de día.
Boludo, ¿qué onda?
Necesitamos algo paranormal.
Mira, son 2 capas de nube. ¿Te diste cuenta? ¿Te diste cuenta o no?
Sí.
The video shows the clouds surging in and pulling away, with no sign of rain, wind, or any weather change before or after. One moment the sky was clear, the next it was completely consumed, and then it was gone.
Ay, boludo, tengo miedo.
Fin del mundo. Nos teníamos que juntar los 4 por eso.
Amigo.
Boludo, minuto y medio, y mirá lo que pasó.
De la nada se cubrió todo el cielo de esa nube.
Es como la escena de Harry Potter que, tipo, cubren todo el castillo para proteger, tipo... Mal.
Yo lo veo como...
It left the family stunned. Was this just a rare natural phenomenon, or something far more unusual? A man set out to photograph a quiet forest for an art project, never expecting to find anything unusual. It wasn't until later, while reviewing the images, that something disturbing caught his eye. Zooming in, he noticed a tall humanoid figure standing motionless between the trees, seemingly cloaked in dark clothing. He insists no one else was anywhere near the area at the time. To this day, the identity of the figure remains a mystery. Was it the sign of a secret ritual hidden deep in the woods, or an elaborate hoax designed to deceive? In late October, a trail camera picked up something unsettling deep in a remote stretch of woods. The timestamp read 4:37 a.m., an hour when the area should have been empty. The figure moving through the frame looks almost human at first glance, but something is clearly off. Its neck and arms are unnaturally long and thin, and it walks with a hunched posture, its arms swinging far wider than normal as it moves at an eerie pace. According to the camera's owner, the location is miles away from any road or marked trail, making the appearance even harder to explain with no precise details about where the footage was taken, what or who was captured that morning. The mystery remains an unsettling one. In the early hours of the morning, around 4 a.m, Omar was on the job as a plumber at a residential property when he noticed something unusual, a woman walking along a nearby trail. What happened next was downright chilling. He stepped outside and captured videos that would leave anyone on edge. Omar described her as looking like a full-grown adult, definitely not a child or little person.
¿Será que aún andaba dormido?
Vine a dejar material en esta casa. Ya ahorita son a las 4 de la mañana y justo que me parqueo acá y pongo las luces y de aquel hoyo que está ahí, de ese hoyo, de ese árbol. Miren, es algo, me da escalofríos, le voy a decir, pero justo de ese hoyo he podido ver yo cómo una persona se metió, se convirtió.
Viewers were instantly creeped out, spinning wild theories. Could she be a witch? Or perhaps the tree hole nearby was some kind of mysterious portal. Others guessed she might just be a homeless person. Whatever the truth, there's no denying that it's undeniably eerie. Earlier this year, a Reddit user shared a chilling photo taken just after a car accident. Everyone involved had already climbed out of the vehicle and was standing safely on the roadside, still visibly shaken. The user snapped 4 photos of the scene, but only one came out clear. In that single image, a figure can be seen standing by the driver's side door, someone who, according to the user, wasn't actually there when the photo was taken. The shape looked human, resembling a man, and what made it even more unsettling was that it reminded the user of their grandfather, who had passed away when they were just 12. To make the moment eerier, the accident had occurred near a cemetery, leaving the user and anyone who sees the photo wondering if something beyond the ordinary had appeared that day. One morning, while hiking in Fiji, a woman heard strange, thunder-like sounds echoing from the sky. There was something unusual about the noise. She'd heard it several times before she even started recording.
Okay, I don't know if my phone will pick this up or not, but I've been outside for like 15 minutes, and the thunder sounds bizarre. What is that? I'm a 7th generation Floridian, and I have never heard thunder like that.
As a 7th generation Fijian, she had never experienced anything like it in all her years. When she shared the video online, it sparked a wave of speculation. Some viewers suggested it could be a rare natural phenomenon, while others thought high-tension power lines nearby might be responsible. To this day, the true source of the mysterious sound remains a mystery. In 1999, a family gathered around a bonfire on their land, marking the spot where they planned to build their new home. The mother brought along a disposable camera and asked everyone to pose for a photo. One of her sons refused to step closer to the group. He couldn't explain why, only that something felt wrong. She took the picture anyway. Years later, when the film was finally developed, the family was horrified by what they saw. Standing among them was a man, clear as day, a figure none of them recognized. No one else had been on the property that night. To this day, no one knows who the man was or how he came to be in the photo. Some believe the boy sensed something the others couldn't. Even more unsettling, people who've studied the image claim there are additional shapes hidden in the shadows. Can you see them? A group of friends set out early one morning expecting a calm, carefree hike through the wilderness. The sun filtered softly through the trees, birds chirped overhead, and everything seemed perfect. That sense of peace, however, was shattered in an instant when they unknowingly stepped into a hidden patch of mud that behaved eerily like quicksand. For a heart-stopping moment, panic set in. Feet sank, hands flailed, and shouts of alarm echoed through the forest. It felt like the earth itself was trying to hold them captive. But amid the fear, they didn't give in. Together they strategized, helping each other stay calm and slowly work free from the grasp of the treacherous mud. Minutes later, dripping and covered in muck, they finally stood on solid ground again, hearts still racing. Shaken but safe, they couldn't help but laugh at the adrenaline-fueled ordeal, grateful that teamwork and a little luck had pulled them through unscathed. During a mountain hike, she reached a strange crossing, a rope swing meant to carry hikers from one side to the other. You grab the line, swing your body, and let momentum do the rest. Simple. That's what they said. She held on and stepped off. Halfway across, the swing slowed. Then it stopped. Her feet dangled over nothing. The ground below was too far, too silent. The rope creaked, stretching under her weight. Luckily, she was not alone. Voices were around her, and no one came behind her. What if her grip failed? What if no one came? While hiking alone, a man suddenly froze. Ahead of him stood a mountain lion, or maybe a cougar, silent, focused, watching him. He knew one rule: never turn your back, never run. His heart pounded as he slowly stepped backward, eyes locked on the animal. Every movement felt wrong. One mistake, and it could charge. He raised his arms, trying to look bigger. He spoke loudly, firmly, forcing his shaking voice to sound strong. The lion crept closer, muscles tense. Would it attack? A lady was hiking alone when a strange feeling crept over her, the sense that someone was behind her. Every time she slowed down, the footsteps seemed to slow too. When she sped up, the distance stayed the same. The trail was quiet. Too quiet.
Been following me for the last 20 minutes. He started going off trail when I noticed that he was right on my tail. I don't know what to do. Please, I hope someone appeared. I'm recording you.
Why are you recording?
Oh my god, I have nowhere else to go. I'm at the edge. Oh no.
She told herself she was overreacting. Maybe it was just another hiker heading the same way. Maybe fear was playing tricks on her mind. Still, her shoulders tightened, her breathing shallow. What if the man wasn't following her at all, just walking his own path? Or what if he was watching, waiting, keeping his distance on purpose? Hikers were climbing the mountain together. At first, everything seemed smooth. The grips held, the steps felt steady, and confidence grew with every move upward. Then it almost happened. One slip, one sudden loss of balance. His body tilted forward, his head dangerously close to the rock.
Oh.
Time slowed. If he had hit his head, the fall could have changed everything. Broken bones, unconsciousness, or worse. A drop no one could stop. Luck intervened. He caught himself just in time, but the fear stayed. It was a snowy day, the mountain completely covered in white. Turning back wasn't an option. The staircase was the only way up. As people climbed carefully, one man missed his step. He slipped, crashed backward, and slammed into another climber behind him. Both fell in seconds, bodies sliding on ice. Panic spread. They were lucky, others rushed to pull them up. But what if he had been alone? What if no one was there to help? One slip, No hands to grab, just snow, stairs, and a long fall into silence. A woman went on a solo hike and reached a narrow trail carved into the mountain. One glance down made her chest tighten. There were no rails, no ropes, no second chances. The path was thin, crumbling, and sloped toward nothing but open air. One wrong step wouldn't mean a stumble. It would mean going all the way down.
No. Oh my god, this is literally terrifying. This is literally so terrifying. Oh my god. Oh my god. I'm over here. Oh my god. I just want to cry. I just want to cry.
Her legs shook, breathing grew shallow. Panic crept in. Alone, high above the ground, she realized the truth. Here, even a tiny mistake could be fatal. A lady was riding the mountain trail with friends when she decided to swing down a steep section, sitting low to control the descent. It looked easy, controlled, safe. She landed on her feet, but one leg twisted the wrong way. A sharp crack. Pain exploded through her body. Her leg gave out beneath her. What if no one had been there? What if she was alone, injured, unable to move? The mountain doesn't forgive small mistakes. One wrong landing can turn adventure into a fight for survival. A group of hikers moved along the mountain trail, and a bear suddenly appeared ahead of them. The path was tight, boxed in by rock on one side and a steep drop on the other. No space to turn back, no safe place to step aside. They kept moving closer, their presence intimidating, deliberate, unsettling.
Get away! Hey!
My heart raced. If they were alone, panic would have taken over. There was nowhere to run, nowhere to hide. One wrong move and you'd be tumbling down the mountain. Every second felt heavier. Was this just a misunderstanding? Or were we about to be trapped with no way out? A group of hikers moved carefully along a narrow mountain trail, barely wide enough for 1 foot. On both sides there was nothing, just open air and a long drop below. Every step had to be perfect. Imagine one of them slipping, a foot losing grip, a body tilting sideways. There would be no time to scream, no chance to grab on. One mistake, and the mountain would take him. The others would be left frozen, staring at the empty space where their friend had just been, knowing how close they all were to the same fate. A man was captured on top of a tree, trembling, heart racing. Panic had taken over. He had nowhere to go. Below him, 2 creatures moved with deliberate intent. Were they monkeys, cheetahs, or something else entirely? They were called apes, but their size and movements made him question everything. As they paced below, he felt the full weight of his isolation. The branches under his feet seemed fragile, the height dizzying. Around him, other people moved in groups, but none were close enough to help. Fear clutched him tight. One wrong move, one snap of a branch, and it could all end. The apes watched, silent yet powerful, while he stayed frozen, unsure if they were curious, territorial, or about to attack. A man was scrambling along the rocks near a waterfall, every step slippery with spray and moss. Suddenly he lost his footing and slipped, lost balance, falling chest first into the rushing water, but luckily he managed to stand up quickly, shaken but unharmed.
Pelo amor de Deus, né? Papo de estampa de camisa, né? Papo de quem vai virar saudade, né?
Now imagine him falling fully into the lake, deeper into the current, while nobody was nearby to help him. But the water is fast and unforgiving. No one else is close enough to help. Every second counts, but the danger is real. One wrong move could pull him under, leaving her trapped in the icy, roaring water. Two boys were exploring the woods when one of them decided to climb a tree. As he scrambled upward, the tree suddenly cracked, almost like it had given way under him. Then, the unthinkable happened. The branch broke, and the boy fell.
Alright, I'm doing one big thing and then jumping off this thing.
The tree toppled over, striking him on the head. Imagine if he had been completely alone, no one around to help, no voice to call for assistance. The forest would have been silent, his cries lost in the trees. Every second stretched into eternity. What would have happened if help hadn't arrived in time? Would he have survived, or would the wilderness have swallowed him whole? A group of hikers was walking along a narrow, slippery trail, following a lady ahead of them. She almost lost her footing and hit her head, teetering dangerously close to the edge. Another hiker quickly reached out, trying to grab her hand, but in the scramble they too slipped slightly. Luckily, neither of them fell completely. They only stumbled, a brief scare, but no one went over the edge. The adrenaline rushed through their veins, reminding everyone how fragile balance is on a narrow path and how quickly a small misstep could turn into disaster. On the mountain, a staircase had been carved directly from the rock winding along the cliffside. Wet from spray and rain, the steps gleamed dangerously slick. Below, the ground or town was invisible, swallowed by distance and mist. Hikers moved cautiously, one careful step at a time. But one man rushed, running too fast along the carved stone. The old steps groaned under his weight. Then, suddenly, part of the staircase gave way. The carved stone that seemed permanent now felt fragile. One misstep, one hurried stride, and the mountain itself could claim a life. Two hikers found themselves on a mountain. Not just any mountain, but one set up like a climbing route, jagged and fragmented at the edges. Every step was uncertain. The wind howled through the cliffs, pushing against him, making balance a battle.
I honestly wish I could just fucking have a glass of wine instead and enjoy that. Why the fuck do I have to do this?
The path was steep and dizzyingly high, the ground far below lost in shadow and mist. Each movement sent adrenaline surging through his veins. The fear was raw, primal. He didn't want to die, didn't want a single misstep to end him. What if he slips? Or what if he can't keep going? Late at night, a hiker was hiking through the woods when his camera caught something strange. A light appeared ahead, tall, lantern-like, floating in the air, bouncing slightly as it moved.
Hey, 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 sit, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, Subhanallah, Subhanallah, La ilaha illallah, Muhammad Rasulullah.
It didn't belong to any hiker or campfire. Something seemed to control it. The sight was eerie. What could it be? A trick of the trees? A strange phenomenon? Or something supernatural moving with intent? Fear gripped him. What if the light stopped above him? What if it caught fire, ignited the forest, or dropped straight on someone's head? The possibilities raced through his mind. When the camera captured it, it didn't make sense at first. Trees, deep-rooted, heavy, appeared to be moving. Not swaying like normal wind, but shifting slowly, as if something beneath them was pulling. In the middle, several moved together. On the other side, just one tree moved on its own. There was no strong breeze, no storm. What could cause that? Roots tearing underground, an animal pushing from below, or something unseen moving through the forest using the trees as cover. The longer he watched, the more uneasy he felt. Trees aren't supposed to move like that, and whatever was causing it wasn't showing itself yet. A hiker was filming when his camera caught something unsettling. From the darkness ahead, a pair of eyes reflected the light, real eyes, shining back at him. They didn't move, they just stared.
They followed me home from the gifting rock. It's about 1 o'clock in the morning right now. I think I don't know what to do. But they followed me home and it is absolutely staring at me right now.
He froze, unsure if it was an animal, a person, or something else entirely. The way the eyes stayed still felt wrong, like whatever it was had noticed him and decided not to hide. What could it be? A wild animal watching from the shadows, Someone standing silently by the road? His heart raced. What if it suddenly moved? What if it rushed the car? He stayed still, camera shaking, wondering if the leaving was safer, or if whatever was watching was already too close. While hiking, the camera caught something strange. The atmosphere changed. The breeze felt wrong, heavier. Trees began to shake, not violently, but as if something large had just moved through them. The lens slowly lifted. There in the distance was a figure walking upright. Its movement looked almost human, like a woman's stride, but the body was covered in thick black hair. Too tall, too dark, too still to understand. What was it? A trick of light and shadow? An animal moving in a way the mind couldn't place? Or something else entirely, revealed only for a moment when the forest shifted? The camera kept recording, the figure kept walking, and the woods didn't feel empty anymore. The hiker was riding his bike along a narrow trail when something caught his eye, and the camera captured it. Bones, scattered, white against the earth, almost glowing in the fading light.
That's kind of creepy. Go this way. This is where most people would turn around. If you turn around, you never get to see what's on the other side. That's where all the gold is waiting over there. Could be missing out what's on the other side.
He froze. Could they be human or animals? A hiker who went missing? A wild animal left to decay? Or something stranger, something unnatural? Every theory made his chest tighten. The forest around him felt heavier, darker, as if holding its breath. Even the wind seemed to whisper warnings. He pedaled on, uneasy, unable to shake the question. What or who had left these bones here, and was it still nearby? At the edge of the farm, farmers spotted something strange, a weird creature, wild and alert, moving silently among the grass. One lucky or unlucky farmer caught a glimpse. The creature crouched, watching, searching for a way to escape. Its body was wild, untamed, but it seemed almost intelligent. A hand-like limb reached forward, testing its surroundings, calculating its next move. What could it be? A wild predator? A dangerous, cunning animal? Or just a frightened creature trying to survive? Every time it appeared, the farmers froze. The question lingered. Is this creature a threat? Or something no one truly understands? A hiker was hiking when he reached a quiet, hilly valley. Below him, water pooled between rocks, still and dark. As he looked down, he froze. In the water, he saw a shape, huge, curved, almost like a dinosaur rising just beneath the surface. His heart jumped. For a moment, it felt alive, watching, breathing. He told himself it was just a reflection, a rock, distorted by light and ripples. But the longer he stared, the more real it felt, as if the water was hiding something old and massive beneath it. What could live in a place like that? Was it only his fear shaping shadows, or had he just glimpsed something meant to stay unseen? On a sunny afternoon, two ladies were hiking, relaxed and talking, when they suddenly saw a moose standing ahead of them. The moment froze them both. Its size, the wide antlers, the stillness. None of it matched the calm day they were expecting. For a second, no one moved. What if it charged? What if they startled it without meaning to? Being caught that close unexpectedly changed everything. A moose doesn't need to roar to be dangerous. One sudden step, one panicked reaction, and the situation could turn violent in seconds. The shock wasn't just seeing the animal, it was realizing how quickly a peaceful hike could become something much worse. During the day, something unbelievable happened. The mountain didn't just sit there, it changed. At first, smoke rose from the ridge, thin and unnatural like the mountain was breathing. Then came the sound, a deep crack, Rocks began to break loose. One after another, they snapped free and rolled down the slope, growing faster, louder, and unstoppable. The ridge split in places, sending debris crashing below. Down there, cars were parked, still, unaware. What if the rocks hit them? What if someone was inside? What if the mountain didn't stop breaking? There was no warning, no time to react. Just gravity, chaos, and the terrifying realization that when a mountain decides to move, nothing below is safe. Late at night, a hiker sat inside his car. In the woods it was quiet. Too quiet. As he leaned back, ready to pass out, movement caught his eye. Something crept past the window. Slow, careful, not human. He held his breath. Moments later, it came again, closer this time, sliding through the shadows near the glass as if it knew it was being watched. Its shape was unclear, but its presence felt intentional. What if the hiker hadn't noticed it? What if he unlocked the door? What if the creature wanted inside of the car? Frozen with fear, the hiker realized the worst part wasn't seeing it. It was not knowing whether it had already seen him. A woman was hiking through the forest in broad daylight when she noticed something strange ahead. One tree was shaking, not from the wind, but as if something was gripping it from behind. The rest of the forest was still, too still. She stopped walking. Her curiosity fought with fear. What could cause that? A large animal? A hidden person? Her mind jumped to Bigfoot, though everyone said it didn't exist. Still, the movement felt deliberate, heavy. Then it stopped. She held her breath. If it was nothing, why did it feel like she was being watched? And if it was something alive, why did it stop when she noticed? The family went hiking deep into the woods, where an old lonely house stood half hidden among the trees. While resting, one of them noticed something pass behind a tree and stay and hide behind a tree. The creature was peeping through behind the tree. It was quick, but real.
But I'm telling you, I could have sworn I saw somebody. Oh my goodness. Hey, Zach! I could have sworn. See, Zach! There is there. I could have sworn. See, Zach! There is a man over there.
Curiosity took over. He decided to check. Step by step, he moved closer, calling out. No answer. The forest felt too quiet. Then he passed the tree. Nothing was there. But the feeling didn't leave. Something had seen him. Something had moved first. It was broad daylight in the woods when a hiker captured something strange on camera. At first, everything looked normal. Trees, sunlight, stillness. Then a shadow moved. Not a cloud. Not a person. Just a shape sliding between the trees, fast and unnatural. His mind told him nothing was there, yet the camera didn't lie. The shadow appeared again, moving this time, as if it knew it was being watched. What was casting that shadow when nothing stood there? And if it had a shadow, what was standing just out of sight? Inside a glass house deep in the woods, someone was filming when the camera caught something unsettling. Outside, among the trees, one trunk stood out. It wasn't just bark and knots, it had a face. Clear, structured, eyes, a nose, the shape of a mouth, like a human frozen inside the wood. At first it felt impossible. Trees don't have faces, but the longer they looked, the more real it became. The expression didn't change, yet it felt aware, as if it was watching back through the glass. Was it just nature playing tricks on the mind? A shadow and texture lining up perfectly? Or something older, something hidden in the forest, choosing to reveal itself for just a moment? Late at night in the woods, the camera was still recording when something huge crossed the frame. It wasn't fast, and it wasn't hiding. A tall, massive shape moved between the trees, blocking out the stars for a moment before disappearing into the darkness. It walked like it knew the path, like it had been there before. Was it Bigfoot? An animal standing too tall? Or something that didn't care about being seen anymore? The forest went silent after that. No wind, no insects, just the feeling that whatever walked past her was still nearby. A man went into the forest to gather mushrooms growing on a fallen tree. The woods were quiet, almost too quiet, as he carefully picked them from the damp bark. Then it happened. A loud, sudden cry echoed through the trees, deep, raw, and unnatural.
And this one. And there's one over here. Looks like it's holding some water. Huh? I think it's time to go.
It didn't sound human. It didn't sound like any animal he knew. The sound froze him in place, his heart pounding as the forest seemed to close in around him. He looked around but saw nothing. No movement. No warning. That was enough. He didn't wait to find out what made that sound. Leaving everything behind, he hurried back the way he came, shaken by one thought. Whatever was out there knew he was there. The camera caught it during heavy wind in the woods. At first it looked like a normal storm, branches swaying, leaves flying. Then one tree began moving differently, not just bending but pulling, as if something was trying to tear it out of the ground. The trunk twisted back and forth, roots straining, resisting. It looked like a fight, the tree holding on, something unseen trying to drag it away. The wind alone couldn't explain it. So what was pulling the tree? And why did it stop the moment the camera shook? The camera caught it by accident. High on the tree trunk, something clung to the bark. Thin, dark, almost like hair, but too still to be wind, too deliberate to be moss. It swayed slightly, as if reacting, as if aware it was being watched. Was it fur, a creature hiding, or something left behind by whatever passed through the woods before the camera arrived? The forest stayed quiet, too quiet, and whatever it was, never moved again. Deep in the forest, a tree stood alone, its trunk covered in strange holes. Not random, not natural. The holes were deep, deliberate, as if something had carefully dug into the wood from the inside out. No animal tracks, no broken bark, just silence. What kind of creature does that? What lives inside a tree and knows exactly where to dig? The longer it was filmed, the more unsettling it felt, like the tree wasn't abandoned at all, just occupied. While hiking late at night, a man suddenly noticed something chilling ahead.
Things you don't want to see looking at you at night. See the eyes? I see you. Yep.
There, deep in the darkness, a pair of glowing eyes stared straight back at him. His body locked up. For a split second, his mind raced, unsure of what could be watching him from the forest. Heart pounding, he slowly moved closer, and that's when the fear faded. It wasn't anything sinister after all, just a small group of deer standing silently beside the trail, their eyes reflecting the light as they calmly watched him pass. Still, that first moment, absolutely terrifying. A Reddit user recently posted an old photo their grandma took years ago at Gettysburg Cemetery, and it sparked a lot of debate. The user leans toward a simple explanation, saying it's probably just a sun flare. Still, there's something about the image that's hard to ignore. In the photo, a strange figure appears to hover over a gravestone, looking eerily like a bald man's spirit. Some people argue the figure looks too modern, almost as if it's wearing a jacket and jeans, while others insist it resembles an old uniform. Despite the theories, many viewers agree it's likely nothing more than a trick of the light, but once you see it, it's hard not to wonder, what do you think? A Reddit user recently shared a chilling clip of a raven, and it instantly sent shivers through viewers.
Молодец. Молодец какой. Молодец.
The bird clearly mimics human speech, even laughing at the end, which made it especially disturbing. To many people, it felt less like a bird and more like a person trapped inside one, or something dark trying to imitate humans.
Сейчас очень много снимается сказок. Русь, ты меня перебиваешь. Ты в курсе? Конечно. Конечно.
Here's the rational explanation though. Just like parrots, ravens are incredibly intelligent and have advanced vocal abilities. If they're exposed to human voices often enough, they can learn to copy words, tones, and even laughter. Still, there's something far more unsettling about a raven doing this than a parrot. Now imagine encountering this in the wild, alone. And what exactly was it saying? In 2018, a hiker caught something unsettling on camera while trekking through the woods. The creature in the video crawled on all fours, completely hairless, moving in a way that felt wrong.
Stop, Holden.
It didn't look like any animal people were used to seeing. When a similar image surfaced online in 2019, the internet ran wild. Some claimed it was proof of mythical creatures like the skunk ape or something even more sinister hiding in the forests. The real explanation, though, was far less mysterious, but just as disturbing. It was a black bear suffering from severe hair loss, likely caused by mange or another serious skin disease. When bears lose their fur, they can't regulate body heat, grow weak, and often don't survive long in the wild. Still, it's easy to understand the panic. If you stumbled across a hairless, crawling figure like that in the woods, your mind would probably jump to something supernatural too. The couple thought they'd found peace when they moved into a secluded home deep in the Appalachian Mountains. But not long after settling in, that calm began to unravel. Strange noises echoed through the woods. Voices carried where no one should have been.
POV, you moved into a house in the Appalachian Mountains and woke up to this the next morning.
Their dogs, normally relaxed, grew anxious, staring into the darkness and refusing to settle. Then came the moment that shattered any doubt. One morning, they noticed a face pressed into the condensation on their back door window, clear enough to tell that someone had been standing there, silently watching from the other side. In a place so remote, so cut off from the world, the realization was terrifying. If no one was supposed to be there, then who was? A TikToker headed out to her barn late at night to feed her animals. Nothing unusual, until everything changed.
Okay, Dad, she is fed and feisty. What are you doing, baby? Okay, so I fed her. I will feed the barn. Okay.
As she scanned the darkness, a pale, ghost-like figure appeared, standing perfectly still in the shadows. She paused, her body tense, then forced herself to walk away as calmly as she could. Once she reached her car, panic set in. Her keys were gone. Moments later, she found them lying right behind the vehicle, a place she swore she never dropped them.
Okay. Oh my god. Stop!
That's where the video cuts off. Some people believe it was staged, others think she encountered a mimic. But anyone familiar with the Appalachian Mountains knows that things out there don't always have simple explanations. A user going by Superman 80078 was walking past an abandoned house in Ohio when he casually snapped a quick photo. Nothing seemed unusual at the time, but later, while looking back at the image, something unsettling caught his eye, a shape in the window that looked eerily like a face staring out. Was it just shadows and light playing tricks, or something far more mysterious? Unsure what to think, he shared the photo online and asked others for their opinions. So, what do you see? Morgan Lambert, who lives deep in the Appalachian Mountains, woke up to something unsettling, a sharp, clear whistle echoing outside her cabin. She admitted she'd made one mistake, opening her window for fresh air.
Just saying good morning. This has been happening for like 10 minutes.
The sound wasn't coming from any visible person or animal. It drifted in from the woods, repeating over and over with no clear source. That's when the warnings came to mind. Appalachian folklore says you should never respond to whistles in the forest. Some believe they're meant to lure people off their path. Others say answering them draws the attention of something that's already watching.
Like, I don't know if you caught what I said. It's morning, it's daytime. And Girlie made the mistake of opening up her window when she woke up to get some fresh air.
Whatever it was, the woods kept whistling, and Morgan stayed inside, window shut, listening. Deep in the Appalachian Mountains, a hidden trail camera captured something no one expected. While reviewing the footage, the owner noticed a dark, seemingly hair-covered figure moving silently between the trees. Its shape didn't match any known wildlife native to the region. So what was it? Had the camera recorded an unknown presence wandering the Appalachian forest? YouTuber Frankly Wantwu and his brother once ventured into an abandoned cemetery, a place left to rot and forgotten by time. They filmed their eerie exploration, sharing every chilling moment with their viewers, until something unexpected happened. As they pushed through the overgrown grass, a strange glimmer caught their eyes. Between the twisted trees stood a figure, holding a lantern that seemed to belong to a bygone era. Heart racing, they trained the camera on it, but the moment they looked away, the figure vanished into the shadows. After that night, the channel went silent. Some say what they saw scared them into stopping forever. Others whisper that something far darker might have befallen them. To this day, no one knows for sure. It remains a mystery. While out on a hike, a Reddit user stumbled upon something bizarre. An entire hillside blanketed with garden gnomes, each one meticulously positioned and all staring in nearly the same direction. The discovery went viral, sparking thousands of guesses about who put them there and why. But despite all the speculation, the mystery of their origin was never solved. Back in 2016, a camera hidden deep in the North American wilderness captured a chilling figure. Tall, unnervingly thin, with a distorted head and hollow, empty features. It looked neither human nor animal. When the image surfaced online, some hailed it as proof of the legendary Wendigo, while others dismissed it as a clever hoax or Photoshop trick. With so few details available, skepticism is natural, but what if it's real? Late one night, while heading back from a hike, a man stumbled upon something unsettling hidden inside a tree. A tiny, handmade figure, crafted from twigs and string. Curiosity got the better of him. He pulled it out, snapped a photo, and then did the unthinkable. He brought it home. As soon as he shared it online, warnings began to flood in. "Don't touch that," people said. "It's cursed." Undeterred, the man later posted an update. He was fine and planned to place it on a shelf as a quirky decoration, but the internet was unconvinced. Some things, they insisted, should never leave the woods. Some mysteries are best left undisturbed. While driving home, someone noticed something truly unsettling and decided to film it.
Eric, there's too much traffic. I swear to God, if you don't. Roll the window up.
From the edge of the woods, a figure emerged, moving in an unnaturally twisted way, its face completely obscured. From afar, it almost appeared headless. In this small town, where everyone knows everyone, and there are no homeless people, the sight was chilling. No one could identify it, and no one dared get closer. What if it wasn't even human? This intense video was posted by a Reddit user who was hiking through the Great Smoky Mountains National Park in Tennessee, USA, when he suddenly encountered something terrifying. Out of nowhere, a bear cub came charging toward him on the trail. Instead of running, he quickly pulled out his camera to record the moment. But here's the scary part. Where there's a cub, there's always a mother nearby. Imagine being in that situation, standing alone in the woods, with a cub running straight at you, knowing that its mother could appear any second, and we all know how dangerous a protective mother bear can be. Would you stand still and record like he did? Or would you take off running before the mother bear shows up? What do you think you'd do if you came face to face with a cub in the wild, knowing something much bigger might be watching you? The line between reality and nightmare blurs right here. This chilling video was shared by a TikTok user, and it captures one of the most terrifying moments a hiker could ever experience. He was hiking alone at night deep in the wilderness, when suddenly a loud, blood-curdling scream echoed through the dark forest. It didn't sound like any animal he'd ever heard before. His heart started racing, panic setting in. He quickly turned off his flashlight, hoping whatever was out there wouldn't notice him. But the screaming continued, echoing through the trees, strange, haunting, and unrelenting. Then, just as suddenly as it began, the forest fell silent again. Imagine being out there. No lights, no one around, and something unknown lurking in the dark. Would you have stayed still like he did, or run for your life through the black forest? And what do you think could have been making that terrifying sound? Every second pulls us deeper into something truly sinister. This terrifying video was posted by Foxweather on YouTube, and it captures a truly heart-pounding moment in a national park. While exploring the park, a man suddenly found himself face to face with a massive moose, its enormous antlers towering above the brush. The giant creature began moving straight toward him, and in that split second, he made the only smart move. He ducked behind a tree, trying not to startle it. He stayed completely still, heart racing, filming the moment as the moose slowly passed by. One wrong move, and things could have gone very differently. Imagine being out there, all alone, with a wild animal that size heading your way. Would you stay calm and hide like he did, or panic and try to run? What would you do if you suddenly came face to face with a moose in the wild? What you're about to witness might haunt you long after this ends. This eerie video was shared by a TikTok user, and it's been giving viewers chills ever since.
Fucking God! Hold on! What is that? Wait a second. Robin, what is that? What the fuck? Robin, what are you doing? Oh my fucking God, it's running! Dude! No fucking way, what was that?
What the hell is that over there?
Two men were out in the wilderness, far from civilization, when they spotted something strange in the distance. At first, it appeared to be a person, tall and upright, motionless. But the longer they stared, the less human it seemed. It wasn't shaped like any animal either, just a creepy, shadowy figure standing still among the trees. Panicked, one of them fired a shot into the air, and in an instant the figure vanished without a trace. Ever since, people online have been debating what they really saw. Some claim it was Bigfoot, others say it was something far more supernatural. So what do you think they encountered that day? Would you have fired that warning shot or turned back before things got even stranger? From whispers to screams, this is the moment you'll never forget. This intense video was posted by Highlight Real Sports on YouTube, and it captures a heart-stopping moment in the mountains. A group of hikers were out enjoying the breathtaking views and peaceful sounds of nature when, out of nowhere, a massive bear began charging straight toward them. Panic instantly set in, hearts pounding, adrenaline rushing, but instead of running, they stood their ground, yelling and waving to scare the bear off. For a few terrifying seconds, it looked like the bear wasn't backing down, until finally it turned and disappeared back into the forest. Relief washed over them, but that's a moment they'll never forget. Now imagine you're hiking in the wild and a bear charges at you. Would you stand your ground and try to scare it off, or turn and run for your life? Could you stay calm in a moment like that? Fear lingers in the silence, waiting for its moment. This terrifying video was posted by DopDoc on YouTube, and it's the kind of encounter no hiker ever wants to face. A man was riding his bike through a quiet forest trail, enjoying the peace and thrill of nature, when suddenly he noticed something moving quickly behind him. He turned around, and there it was, a bear sprinting straight toward him. Panic took over. His heart pounded as he pedaled with everything he had, racing down the trail, desperate to find a place to hide. After a few intense moments, he finally managed to lose the bear and escape, shaken but alive. Now imagine yourself in that situation. You're biking alone and a wild bear starts chasing you. Would you try to outrun it, hide, or stand your ground? How would you handle that heart-stopping moment in the wild? The deeper we go, the more terrifying it becomes. This photo was posted by a Reddit user, and what happened next will shock you. In 2014, a 22-year-old student went hiking with his friends in the deep woods of New Jersey. During their trip, he spotted a massive black bear wandering nearby and decided to snap this photo. What he didn't know was that this would be the last photo he ever took. Moments later, that same bear attacked and killed him. It's a chilling reminder that bears aren't just cute forest creatures, they're wild, unpredictable, and deadly. So let me ask you this. If you were in his place, deep in the forest and face to face with a black bear, what would you do? Would you stay calm and take the shot, or drop everything and run? Because sometimes, one brave moment can be your last. The fear doesn't stop here, it only grows. This eerie video was posted by a TikTok user, and it shows a man hiking deep in the Ohio forest when he suddenly hears something truly unnerving, a strange, echoing sound that chills him to the bone. But instead of turning back, he decides to keep hiking, determined to find out where the sound is coming from.
Ones that are worth cut. I hope I got that on audio. And there it is again. And I haven't the foggiest clue what the hell be making that noise out here. We don't have wild pigs. We sure shit ain't got no howler monkeys floating around these woods.
The forest grows quieter, darker, and every step forward feels more dangerous than the last. The mysterious noise continues, almost as if something, or someone, is watching him from the shadows. Now, imagine this. You're alone in the forest, miles from anyone, and you start hearing creepy, unexplainable sounds echoing through the trees. Would you keep going to see what's out there, or turn back before things get worse? And what do you think could be making that sound? An animal, the wind, or something far stranger? What comes next might be the most chilling part of all. This video was posted by State Treasures on YouTube, and what he captured will leave you speechless. While hiking with his drone through a remote mountain range, he discovered something truly mysterious. A dark cave carved deep into the side of a massive cliff. It looked ancient, like it's been there for centuries, but here's the strange part. There's no visible path leading to it. No trail, no steps, nothing. So the question is, how did it even get there?
It kind of appears like the front of the cave, that there was a ledge there that's collapsed and fallen away. Now, I'm not sure how they would get there. It's a sheer rock face, although it does look to the left there that there is actually a ledge that perhaps they could have walked along. Now, looking into the cave, I do see what appears to perhaps be black soot, which could indicate there was actually fires in there. And it also appears like I see perhaps a little fire pit there, with even some black charcoal left over in it. As you can see, there's a series of smaller caves all along this cliff that definitely warrant a closer look. The smaller cave here I found really interesting. It appears there's a log or like a tree trunk, quite long, so I'm not sure how, it's not like it could fall in there, so I'm not sure how it would have gotten in there.
Was it formed naturally, or could someone have made it? And if so, why? What do you think? If you found a cave like this in the middle of nowhere, would you dare to explore it, or turn back before it's too late? archaeologist Page posted this video on YouTube, and what he discovered will blow your mind. While hiking with his metal detector, he suddenly got a strange signal, something deep beneath the ground. Curious, he started digging, and what he uncovered was beyond anything he expected. Buried inside a block of old concrete were ancient treasures, artifacts that looked like they'd been hidden for decades, maybe even centuries. But here's the real mystery. Who buried them? And why would someone go through all that trouble to seal valuable items underground, where they might never be found again? Was it an attempt to protect something valuable during a war? A secret stash from a forgotten era? Or could it be part of something even bigger? A buried history waiting to be revealed? What do you think? If your metal detector started beeping in the middle of nowhere, would you dig it up or walk away, not knowing what might be hidden down there? This chilling set of photos was posted by a Reddit user, and what they captured will send shivers down your spine. While walking with his dad through death row at the old Missouri State Penitentiary, he decided to snap a few pictures. Everything seemed normal until they looked closer. In one of the photos, standing right behind his dad, was the faint shadow of a woman's figure, someone who clearly wasn't there. His dad later said that, near the end of the walk, his legs suddenly gave out, almost like something had drained his strength. If you zoom in on the third photo, you can see her, a dark, ghostly shape lurking in the hallway. So what do you think? Was it just a trick of the light, or something still haunting those prison walls? Would you dare to visit death row alone at night? From whispers to screams, this is the moment you'll never forget. This terrifying video was posted by Dopdokua on YouTube, and it captures every camper's worst nightmare. A man was out in the wilderness, tucked safely inside his tent, enjoying a quiet camping experience under the stars, until he heard something moving just outside. Curious but cautious, he slowly unzipped his tent, only to come face to face with a massive bear. quickly zipped it shut, heart pounding, as the bear began circling the tent, sniffing and pushing against the fabric, trying to get inside. In a moment of pure panic, he started shouting, and luckily that was enough to scare the bear away. But just imagine that, alone, trapped inside a tent with a wild bear inches away. What would you do in his situation? Stay quiet and hope it leaves, or make noise and risk provoking it? And would you ever dare camp again after an encounter like that? Think you've seen it all? This next moment will change your mind. This eerie video was posted by Bigfoot's testimony on YouTube, and it's giving serious chills. A woman was driving alone along a quiet forest trail at night. That's when she suddenly heard a bone-chilling scream echoing from deep within the woods.
Oh my god, no, fuck that.
The sound was loud, haunting, and unlike anything she had ever heard before. She stopped the car, scanning the dark tree line, but there was nothing there, just that eerie, echoing scream that sent shivers down her spine. You can almost feel her fear through the voice, alone, in the middle of nowhere, with something unseen calling out from the dark. What do you think made that sound? A wild animal? Or something far more mysterious? And be honest, if you were in her place, would you stay and try to find the source, or turn around and get out of there fast? The fear doesn't stop here, it only grows. This heart-stopping video was posted by Aidan Sargent on YouTube, and it captures one of the most terrifying moments you'll ever see during a base jump. Two thrill seekers set out to leap from the Twin Falls, Perrine Bridge, expecting an unforgettable adrenaline rush. But for one of them, it nearly turned tragic. As they jumped, one man's parachute failed to open properly, sending him plummeting straight toward the river below. You can feel the panic as he spins out of control until by sheer luck he hits the water instead of the rocks. Miraculously, he survived with no serious injuries. Just imagine, what if there hadn't been water below? Would you still dare to jump from such heights, knowing one wrong move could mean disaster? Adrenaline or not, is that kind of thrill really worth the risk? Fear lingers in the silence, waiting for its moment. A TikTok user posted this chilling video, and it's something straight out of a nightmare. A lone hiker decided to explore the forest at night, surrounded by nothing but darkness and the eerie whispers of the trees. While walking, she stumbled upon a black hole in the ground, which looked like an old forgotten well. Out of curiosity, she leaned closer to see what was inside. That's when everything changed.
¿Escucharon? ¿Escucharon eso? ¿Qué? Se oye allá abajo. ¿Hola?
From the darkness below, a shadowy figure with glowing eyes suddenly appeared. When she called out hello, the creature responded with a distorted, inhuman sound that sent chills down her spine. She screamed and ran for her life, leaving the camera rolling behind her. What was that thing hiding in the well? Was it trapped or waiting? If you were in her place, would you have dared to look inside or turn back the moment you saw it? The deeper we go, the more terrifying it becomes. This jaw-dropping video was posted by a Reddit user, and it might just be one of the most nerve-wracking things you'll see today. Two hikers were crossing the iconic Hillary Suspension Bridge, one of the world's highest suspension bridges, on their journey from Phakding to Namche Bazaar, en route to Everest Base Camp. The bridge swayed high above a deep valley, with strong winds and only narrow cables keeping it from disaster. Every step echoed with fear and adrenaline. One wrong move, and it's a straight fall to certain death. You can almost feel their hearts racing as they inch their way across, surrounded by nothing but the roaring wind and the dizzying drop below. Would you dare to cross a bridge that high above the ground? Or would you turn back the moment you look down? What you're about to witness might haunt you long after this ends. This wild video was posted by a trailblazing teen on YouTube, and what started as a peaceful day in the woods quickly turned into a heart-pounding encounter. While hiking and enjoying nature, these friends suddenly spotted a huge bear walking straight toward them, and worse, it was eyeing their food cooler.
Wildlife is a huge part of being out in nature, and one of my craziest encounters happened while I was camping. As we were winding down for the evening, a black bear wandered into camp, eyeing our food cooler. It was bold, trying to grab it right in front of us. We had to shout and throw firewood to scare it off. It was a heart-pounding moment and a powerful reminder of how important it is to store your food safely in bear country.
Panic set in for a moment, but instead of running, they stood their ground, shouting and waving to scare it off. Amazingly, it worked. The bear turned away, disappearing back into the trees. That kind of bravery in the wild isn't easy. One wrong move and it could have gone very differently. If you were in their place, would you stand your ground and make noise or run for your life? And what's the scariest animal you've ever come face to face with in the wild? The line between reality and nightmare blurs right here. This chilling video was posted by a TikTok user who went camping deep in the woods with his dog, expecting a peaceful night surrounded by nature. But what was meant to be a relaxing experience quickly turned into a terrifying one. As night fell, strange, unexplainable sounds started echoing through the forest. His dog began growling and barking, staring into the darkness as if something or someone was out there. Yet, when he looked around, there was nothing to be seen.
Without a doubt, the creepiest campsite we've been to. After arriving late to the campsite, there was nobody else there. It was very quiet, but for some reason, I just had the hairs standing up on the back of my neck, and the dog was constantly growling at different things, and heaps of animals in the surrounding nature. Not usually a scary thing, but just for some reason, this particular camp spot at this time of night just really put the wind up me.
The eeriest part, they were completely alone at the campsite, miles away from civilization. Every rustle and echo made his heart pound faster, and the forest suddenly felt alive with unseen eyes. So, what do you think it was? Something natural, or something else entirely? And if you were in his shoes, would you stay to investigate or get out of there before things got worse? The line between reality and nightmare blurs right here. This eerie video was shared by a TikTok user who captured one of the most terrifying moments of her life.
I think I found the perfect camping spot.
Can you help me?
What the fuck? Hello?
No.
Oh, hell no.
Can you help me?
She went camping deep in the wilderness, far from civilization. As she wanted to begin setting up her camp, she casually called out, "Hello," just to make sure she was alone. But what happened next sent chills down her spine, a voice answered back. Startled and confused, she looked around, but there was no one there. No campers, no hikers, no sound of footsteps. Just her and the echo of that haunting reply. With her heart racing, she grabbed her gear and ran from the spot, not daring to look back. What do you think that was? An echo? A prank? Or something far more mysterious hiding in the woods? And if it were you, would you stay to find out or run just like she did? This chilling video was shared by Rocky Mountain Sasquatch on YouTube, and it'll make you question what's really out there in the woods. While exploring deep in the forest, he captured something truly strange. A tall, dark, human-like figure moving quickly between the trees. Its movements were sharp, deliberate, almost intelligent. And here's where it gets even creepier. Nearby was a wooden structure, the kind often rumoured to be built by Bigfoot itself.
And then on this expedition, Duke and Kelly documented another Bigfoot-shaped track near the same location. Not saying we captured Bigfoot at the structure, I don't know what it is, but it's interesting to point out. When I put out our expedition video with this structure in it, I saw what appeared to be a humanoid-like figure in the woods peek at us quickly twice from cover of the aspen trees. Not saying it's Bigfoot watching us inspect this log structure. However, Duke found a 16-inch long Bigfoot-shaped track next to the structure that he believes is pretty fresh. And after finding the same humanoid subject in a still photo of the structure in the same general area as the peeker on video, thought I would point it out for you all. When I zoom in on the photo, the creature or whatever it is has a lighter shade of color in the face area. That looks like possibly the hip section or shoulder blades. I'm not an expert on bones. Don't know if it's a deer or elk, but something must have had a mill right here. Yeah, you check it out, Jen.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Viewers have been debating non-stop. Some are convinced it's real proof of Bigfoot, others think it's just a person in disguise. But the mystery remains unsolved. So what do you think? Was that really Bigfoot caught on camera, or just something our minds can't quite explain? And if you were there in that forest, would you follow the figure to find out, or run before it notices you? Chilling video was shared by Exploring with Angelo on YouTube, a channel known for its spine-chilling explorations into haunted houses, cursed places, and encounters you'll never forget. He ventured deep into the forest to uncover the truth about the dreaded demon house. But what started as an exploration quickly spiraled into one of the most terrifying nights of his life. At first, the silence was heavy, almost suffocating. But then, everything changed. Out of nowhere, an invisible force shoved him violently, slamming his body against the wall with a strength no human hand could carry. His heart pounded, fear coursing through his veins.
Just kind of want to take a quick peek. Oh, there's like nothing here. Oh, ow. Oh, what the hell? What the was that? Something just pushed me. Oh, shit. What the fuck? Guys, like, something just pushed me like right into this thing.
But before he could process what had happened, it got worse. Within minutes, something unseen struck his face. Then again, harder.
Oh! What the hell? Oh, something just hit me in the face.
Leah.
Oh, something like with some force literally just hit me in the face.
Imagine standing in pitch darkness, completely alone, with something unseen attacking you. Would you have stayed? Would you fight against the unseen? Or would you run for your life before the demon house claimed you too? From whispers to screams, this is the moment you'll never forget. This chilling video was shared on Alone is Scary vlog, a channel that is well known for diving deep into the world of the paranormal and capturing terrifying encounters on camera. Standing in the middle of nowhere, curiosity got the best of him, and he went hiking deep into the forest when something caught his eye. An old, isolated house decided to step inside. But what his camera captured will leave you in shock. As he explored, a chilling sight appeared, a white ghostly shadow reflected in the glass. His heart pounded.
Itu orangnya di luar. Tuh. Apa itu? Astagfirullahaladzim. Ada suara anak kecil. Kayak suara anak kecil bermain ya, teman-teman.
And then it got worse. From the silence of the woods came the sound of children playing, yet no one was there.
Coba yang satunya gimana? Ini Bang Jal tersesat di mana sih? Tuh. Wih. Siapa? Siapa tadi yang ketawa? Hah? Siapa tadi yang ketawa? Kula nuwun. Wes. Ini ruangan apa ini?
Who built a house this deep in the forest? Why do unseen forces seem to linger around it? And most importantly, if you were there, alone, with voices echoing through the dark halls, would you stay to uncover the truth or would you run for your life? What you're about to witness might haunt you long after this ends. We got this story from Jasco on YouTube, a channel known for diving into the darkest, most haunted places you could ever imagine. Tonight's tale isn't just creepy, it's a chilling descent into the Devil's Forest, where what they thought was just another van camping trip nearly turned into their last. To test whether something is really lurking in the forest, one of them clapped, and with a shaky voice dared any unseen spirit to clap back. Then, a sound echoed back from the forest, clear enough to send chills rushing through their veins.
Alright, spirits, I want to play a game called Hide and Clap. We hear you around us right now, but I want you to show us what direction you're in. So what's going to happen is I'm going to make a noise just like this. You ready? Just like this. The fuck was that?
No way.
And what I want you to do is replicate that noise, so let me know what direction you're in. 3, 2, 1. Just like this, spirits, just like this.
Dude, it's right behind you.
Do you want us to come down there? I really don't want to.
I don't either.
Bro, it sounded like something just clapped. Okay. Can we try something? Oh, fuck, Chaz.
Yeah, do it.
It's our favorite game of hide and clap. You ready? Oh, hell no. Hell no.
What was it that answered them? Could something truly be lurking in those woods? Or was it the forest itself reminding them they were not alone? Would you dare step into a place where shadows respond to your call? Or would you run before the unseen shows its face? The deeper the forest, the darker the terror. Let's see what the forest holds for us next. Min's story, a YouTuber whose channel is well known for diving into the paranormal and capturing terrifying encounters on camera. He went camping deep in the forest at night, expecting peace under the stars, but what his camera recorded will send chills down your spine. As he sat by his camp, a dark, ghostly shadow suddenly appeared behind him, silent, shifting around in the darkness. What was that? A spirit haunting the woods? Or something far more mysterious lurking in the dark? Alone in the forest, with only the crackle of fire for comfort, imagine realizing you're not alone. Would you pack up and run for your life, or stay to see what that shadow really is? If your heart's racing now, brace yourself. It's about to get worse. This video was shared by Cursed Urban, a channel known for uncovering the most chilling and unexplainable things caught on camera. He hiked deep into the woods, the night pressing in around him, when suddenly, his flashlight froze on something unusual. Right there, in the middle of the forest, stood a strange structure, long sticks and branches carefully arranged, leaning against a tree, forming a haunting teepee-like shape.
You guys see that? Okay, that I think, let me check. Get the phone out. Yup, that is our point. That teepee structure in the woods is our point. It's so quiet out here, guys. It's unreal. Yeah, this is our point. I don't think I'm going to fit in that, though. It looks a little bit too small for me. Looks like somebody was recently out here, though. There's
But here's the terrifying question. Who built this? Was it just some campers playing around? Or was it something far more sinister? A ritual site, a warning, or maybe even a place where something waits? The deeper you stare at it, the more unsettling it becomes. It doesn't look random, it looks intentional, almost like a message. Would you dare step closer to check it out? Or would you turn around and run before finding out what it's really for? Just when you think the nightmare is over, it only gets worse. This video was shared by Wididwiputra on YouTube, a channel well known for exploring haunted places and testing courage in the most terrifying locations. He went to an ancient cemetery, said to be the oldest and most cursed in the area. Behind him stands a massive banyan tree, its twisted roots stretching wide, radiating an eerie energy. Locals warn that this place is haunted by Gendruwo and Kuntilanak spirits often seen here. As he sets up his camera for the night test, the atmosphere thickens. Then his camera caught something very strange moving around the tree. A shadow moves and then vanishes into the thin air. The camera caught this multiple times.
Pasti mengalir dan dilancarkan lagi, teman-teman. Ini teman-teman pohonnya ya. Tuh. Akarnya itu udah bercabang-cabang kemana-mana, teman-teman ya.
What are these strange shadows moving around? Are they the unreal creature guarding the tree? Alone, surrounded by unseen forces, would you dare stay longer in this cursed graveyard? From whispers to screams, this is the moment you'll never forget. Kuba Mysteri, a YouTuber whose channel is known for venturing into the darkest, most haunted places, uncovering mysteries many would never dare to face. That night, he entered a deep forest, a place hidden from the eyes of most. Locals whispered of unspeakable tragedies. A woman was murdered, and her body was left to rot until it turned to bone. Imagine stepping into that very crime scene at midnight. Would you dare? Then it began. Strange movements in the shadows, whispers all around the forest. What was making those movements? An unknown spirit or what? And then a woman's sobbing cry echoes in the dark. Could it be her spirit, forever trapped?
Allahu Akbar. Terus dia kabur. Dia kabur cuy. Astaghfirullahaladzim. Masya Allah. Kayak ada yang lari di arah sini cuy. Arah sini ada yang lari tadi.
What would you do if the spirit of a murdered soul stood before you crying? What's next isn't just creepy. It's the stuff of nightmares. Franco TV on YouTube shared this terrifying video. His channel is known for venturing into the darkest, most haunted places, capturing what most of us would never dare to see. He went alone into the cemetery at night, with nothing but his flashlight and courage guiding him through the silence. Every step echoed like the dead themselves were listening. Suddenly, his eyes caught something unusual, a strange, dazzling shadow moving in the distance. It flickered like light, yet carried the form of something alive.
Right now I am in the room, and it is complete dark in here. I can barely see anything in front of me. I can see the light on the outside. Hola? I saw what looked like some sort of like a reflection of light. light. Turn off the light. Oh, what was that? The light.
His heart raced. Was this a wandering ghost? A restless spirit moving between the graves? Or something far more sinister hiding in the dark? Alone in the cemetery, with the unknown watching back at you, would you keep recording? Or would you run before the shadows close in? What comes next might be the most chilling part of all. This video was posted by Yupri Karim, a creator known for diving into the world of the paranormal and capturing the most unsettling experiences on camera. He decided to spend the night camping deep in the forest, completely alone. At first everything was quiet, just the sound of the trees swaying. But then, the silence broke. Strange animal-like voices began echoing through the darkness. The deeper the night grew, the louder and closer the sounds became. Imagine being out there, surrounded by nothing but shadows, unsure of what's lurking just outside your tent. Was it really animals making those noises, or something far more sinister? Could it be spirits mimicking voices to lure him out, or a creature of the forest watching, waiting for him to step outside? If you were in his place, would you dare unzip that tent and face whatever was calling in the night, or would you stay hidden, hoping morning comes before it finds you? And motorcycle suddenly broke down in a jungle notorious for deadly tiger attacks. As he desperately tried to restart it, someone in a car behind him began recording. Panic set in. He kept kicking the engine, but it refused to come alive. Then, out of the shadows, a tiger slowly crept closer, clearly preparing to strike. Just as the tension peaked, the video abruptly cut off. Let's hope he managed to dive into the car before it was too late. While hiking through Forest Park, a hiker noticed something that instantly felt wrong just off the trail. Sitting neatly on the ground were a pair of spotless heels, a bracelet, and a handwritten note. The shoes looked almost brand new, far too clean to be abandoned in the middle of the forest. What made it worse was the message on the note, which gave the entire scene an unsettling tone. Everything appeared deliberately placed, as if someone wanted it to be found. Trusting their instincts, the hiker didn't touch a thing, and instead contacted the Portland police tip line, fearing it could be connected to something far more serious. While hiking along a quiet road late at night, a Reddit user stumbled upon something deeply unsettling. At first glance, it looked unreal, so unbelievable that they couldn't stop reacting to it. This wasn't just strange, it was easily one of the most disturbing things they had ever seen.
I mean, this is number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4, top 5 ever. This is absolutely insane. I'm not even kidding. Somebody took the top off the Maybach on him too. This is...
Lying on the side of the road was a dead crocodile. its body strangely coated in what appeared to be sand. But as they moved closer, the truth became horrifyingly clear.
That's the most rice. I mean, that's Mount Everest. That's the disco rice Mount Everest. I don't even know what to say. This is the most unbelievable thing I've ever seen. Ever.
It wasn't sand at all. The entire surface of the crocodile was alive, crawling as flies circled overhead. The animal was already far gone, claimed by decay, and in time nothing remained except bare bones. A sight so shocking, the hiker said they still struggled to find words for it. A Reddit hiker was walking the Trail of 10 Falls, soaking in the calm of the forest, when the silence was shattered. A long, eerie scream echoed through the trees, loud enough to make his blood run cold. Fighting the urge to investigate, he stayed on the trail and started recording, unwilling to move closer to whatever was making that sound. Later at home, he played the audio for his wife. That's when things got stranger. She told him she'd heard the same scream in the same area just a day earlier. Curious and unsettled, he spent hours comparing the sound to local bird calls, but nothing seemed to match. Was something truly wrong in those woods? When he finally shared the recording online, commenters rushed in with explanations. Most agreed it was likely ravens, birds infamous for making calls that can sound hauntingly human. Others suggested a fox or even a cougar. In the end, it was probably just wildlife doing what wildlife does, even if, in that moment, it sounded like something far more disturbing. While hiking along the Kings Creek Falls Trail in Lassen Volcanic National Park, a group of visitors noticed something unsettling. Small, mysterious holes scattered across the ground. Curious, they started recording and moved in for a closer look. Strange insects suddenly burst out of the holes, launching themselves upward with shocking speed. The hikers were stunned. They had never seen anything like it before.
Hell.
Oh.
Yo, we had the trio.
The footage quickly caught attention, and experts later identified the creatures as tiger beetle larvae. These insects are expert ambush predators. They hide inside underground burrows, perfectly camouflaged, then rocket out to snatch passing prey with their powerful jaws. While their appearance and behavior can be disturbing, there's no need to panic. They pose no threat to humans. While walking along a quiet bay in Mexico, someone captured a video that would soon ignite mystery forums across the internet. The footage was shaky, filmed in broad daylight, yet what appeared on screen left viewers stunned. At first glance, the figure gliding through the water looked like a crocodile, or maybe an alligator. But there was one problem. Locals confirmed that no crocodiles or alligators live anywhere near that area. So what was it? As the video spread, theories exploded. Some dismissed it as an unknown animal or a trick of the light. Others weren't so sure. With no clear explanation and no known wildlife to match what was seen, one chilling question remained. Was this simply a misidentified creature? Or could it be something far more extraordinary, like a real-life mermaid? A man from Texas bought an old property to turn into an Airbnb, but what he found inside was far from ordinary. While cleaning with two women, he discovered hidden file cabinets stuffed with shocking items: Secret Service folders, government debrief documents, multiple passports, and even a photo of George and Barbara Bush with a handwritten note on the back. After hours of sorting through the files, they realized the home once belonged to a man named Lee, an Air Force member in the 1960s who later served in the Secret Service on President Lyndon B. Johnson's detail. The owner shared some findings online but kept others private, saying they were too sensitive. Now, many believe he may have accidentally uncovered classified government secrets. A group of friends staying in a remote cabin spotted something moving on a nearby mountainside. The figure was massive, far larger than any person. As they watched and recorded, it suddenly vanished.
Dude, I'm telling you guys, it's not a fucking person, bro. Look.
What the fuck is that?
That's a hiker.
No, it's not, bro.
That's not a person.
That's way bigger than a fucking hiker, bro.
Bro, that's not.
So what was it? Clever video editing? Or something real? Maybe even alien? A Reddit user's bird feeder camera caught something chilling. In the image stood a figure that looked eerily like a woman in an old-fashioned dress frozen in the darkness. The site reportedly kept the uploader awake for days. Some said it was just a trick of light. Others found no edits at all, but no one ever figured out what the camera truly captured. On a quiet, sun-soaked afternoon, a biker was casually filming his, right when the trail ahead revealed a shocking surprise. A massive alligator stretched across his path. He didn't stop, just rode straight past it. The gator stayed calm, but the realization of how close he came to danger was chilling. Unresolved Reddit user Mr. Tatrui12 visited a closed UK castle and snapped a quick photo. At the time, only 2 people were near the entrance. No one else was inside. But when the photo developed, a black silhouette appeared where the floor shouldn't have been. Years later, the family is still puzzled, and even now, studying film production, the Reddit user can't explain the mysterious image. It remains an unsolved enigma. A Reddit user was doing yard work around 7:15 AM, alone in the quiet forest. Their security camera caught movement which looked like a person standing nearby. At first it seemed normal, but the longer they watched, the stranger it got. The figure had a body and outfit, but no neck, almost like the clothes were floating on their own. The user hadn't seen anyone all morning, making this an unsettling sight no one would expect on an ordinary day. While hiking through the forest, a man veered off the trail and spotted a strange figure ahead. As he drew closer, he realized it wasn't human, but a life-sized humanoid made entirely of brown packing tape, standing perfectly upright. No one was around, and it looked freshly placed. Uneasy, he backed away, leaving with a lingering question. Why was it there, and for what purpose? A TikTok user in Sacramento spotted movement in his bushes while building a fence. What first looked like shadows soon revealed a woman crawling through the foliage. Was she a prowler, someone in danger, or just part of a prank?
You see her? Look at that face. Oh my god. It's right there staring at me. Dude, how fucking scary is that shit?
Her reason for being there remains a mystery. Terrifying. A hiker stumbled upon a bear den and captured this incredible moment on video.
I'm in the middle of this bear den, and look at this. Look at this female bear. She's just sleeping. She's under her pile of leaves. There's the rest of her den deep inside the cave here, but what an amazing experience here.
Inside, a large female bear was peacefully sleeping under a pile of leaves, deep in her den. He quietly observed for a moment before leaving, clearly a risky encounter best left to professionals. Never try this yourself. A woman living deep in a US forest woke up to her dogs acting frantic. When she followed them outside, she froze. A monkey was standing in her yard. Monkeys aren't supposed to exist in the wild here, so nothing about it made sense. Escaped pet or something else entirely.
This damn monkey is in my yard.
Either way, it was a bizarre sight she couldn't explain. Plush toys. While hiking past a forest campsite, a Reddit user stumbled on something disturbing. The tree was littered with small plush toys. The scene felt eerily wrong, and shaken by the unsettling vibe, he shared it online, asking if anyone else would be creeped out too. 15 years ago, a man checked his trail cameras and found something that still haunts him. The grainy photos showed a tall, wolf-like figure standing upright, part man, part beast. The images were unclear, but the shape and posture were unmistakable. Whatever stepped into, the frame wasn't any ordinary animal, and to this day, no one can explain what it was. Reddit user EnviroPirate snapped a photo on a rural property and shared it online just 15 minutes later. Behind the fire, a strange shape seemed to rise, almost human in form. The area was already known for its eerie reputation, and what made the image even creepier was that the figure appeared in only one shot. It's likely just a lens flare shaped by the flames. The outline matches the fire almost perfectly. Still, it looks uncannily human.